months after the last referendum. I don't think most people want to go through this again. It's clearly far too early to be talking about that anyway. We haven't even triggered Article 50 yet, so I don't think there's appetite for that.
OK, well, let's move on, because Brexit makes
stand-upable than others, I would say. I mean, I think this is just an example of kind of pro-Brexit propaganda almost, because if you look at the figures, so, you know, this story is saying, well...
They simply don't know because, and you've got to take some pity on them, that we don't actually know what kind of deal we're going to get.
Take that, I mean, to talk about a Brexit bonanza when pretty much every credible economist is saying there's going to be a negative impact on our economy.
These are all the credible economists that predicted all those disasters.
Economists were talking about was really the 5 to 10 year effect. I mean, everyone's very pleased there wasn't a global, you know,
I'm not sure
a financial meltdown
I think
in the wake
you
of the
wanted
Brexit.
a nice little meltdown just to prove that your case.
This is propaganda. It doesn't take into account the broader impacts of
Brexit on the economy.
So you don't think that
leaving the EU would actually save us some money?
I think that, yes, if we don't have to pay in, which we might have to do anyway, but if the impact that it has on the economy is much bigger than the money that you save, what's the point? There isn't a bonanza to be spent on health.
OK, I suspect you might disagree.
To see the blackest possible scenario because they are desperate to prove their doom-mongering predictions
that's just not true. You're talking... Well, I won't be
see
wrinkly
who's right. What, in decades' time?
I mean, it must be very hard to do any forecasts that are accurate.
Themselves. That's the unfortunate thing.
I don't think they
in
did,
the run-up
Isabel.
to the referendum.
They did not discredit themselves.
We could continue this for a long time.
You could, but we're going to move on anyways and have a bit of a break.
Reforms to corporate governance, and one of the things she said she was going to do
was...
well, she said she was going to put workers on boards. She's also said that she wanted to make companies publish their pay ratio between the average pay and the chief executive's pay, and to make shareholder votes on chief executive pay binding. So if shareholders...
here, I mean, it's a very un-Tory thing to do, fundamentally, to interfere in private business in this way, to start saying, you know, you've got to have workers on your boards and you have got to limit your chief executive pay, you've got to give your shares divisions between what people at the very top are earning and what people, the ordinary workers who are doing a lot of the hard graft, are earning. That's what's pushed her into this position.
OK, we're going to leave it there, but Sonia Soda and Isabel Oakeshott, we appreciate your time. Thanks very much indeed. Let's just give you an update.
Not exactly holding back from having a say, Sonia. Nobody is stopping the Ramonas having a say. In fact, they are having ample say. Look at all the papers. They are full of having their say. Look, I've shut her up for once. She actually doesn't know what to say. This is unheard of.
But, Isabel, thank you very much indeed for taking us through your papers. Good to see you.